Welcome to the show!
This is the Tam Dao Show. Cheers.
Tam Dao.
Made with special guest construction workers. Vietnam is developing.
It is, wow.
This is gonna be maybe. Well, we have a few theories. Whatever this is, it's a town in the mountains, a small town, and there's a lot of building going on, and there's a lot of hotels. They're expanding the road, making it bigger up here, and they're preparing for something, or have prepared for something that hasn't come yet.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like 2012, the movie with all the ships in the mountains.
I don't know, dude.
Is that the movie?
What's up, dude?
Anyway.
It's a movie guy.
We're on a little short vacation right now. We're up in the mountains.
Yeah, we're in Tam Dao. It's way up in the mountains. It's beautiful. We're at a sick AirBnB. I want to live here for a good while, but I know it's kind of expensive.
So bad.
But so now we're talking about the month of March, and so we'll get to our trip because the trip is the last of the March. But what happened in March? First things first.
I went to Halong Bay with Avery and her family. It was really cool. I've never been there. It was surreal. They shot a lot of movies there, and you see why. Totally recommend it if you're in the city, if you're in the country. Halong Bay is sick. Went on a cruise, ate some really good food, had some drinks. I don't want to spoil it too much, so you might not go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. It looks a lot more fun than it sounds too.
Also, March is kind of a big month for us. It marks 1 year. It marked 1 year for us. So there's a lot of like,
All 4 of us.
yeah, all 4 of us. So there's a lot of like kind of reflection that went on, and some thinking about it all.
Yeah. A year. We made it.
Yeah,
We made it.
a year. And think of this: the trekking. The growth in a year can be measured by the amount of the F-bombs dropped in this trekking relative to the first one.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
But
We said fuck so
I've never
many
seen
times.
the first one.
Oh my gosh.
It's sick. It's my favorite.
the
one
first
to
one
watch.
is incredible.
I only watch the ones that I'm in.
The first one is a
It's
masterpiece.
wild.
Just kidding. I watched it, but I don't remember nothing about it.
This is my birthday this month.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick.
Went to 4 Ps like we do.
I ate
Yeah.
pizza for breakfast and for dinner. That's a perfect birthday.
I stopped teaching. I don't teach no more.
True.
No more teaching stories for me.
No more
Which is
teaching
sad.
stories for him.
Cool.
But I have a teaching story. I have a kid. We're in class. We're learning about the stars and the sun. I ask him, is the sun hot? He says, yes. I say, are the stars hot?
Genius.
He says, no. And I said, actually, stars are hot. They're just really far away. And he was like, no. And he was surprised. And then I said, and you know what? The sun is a star. It's just really close. And he was like, oh my God. It just blew the kid's mind. It was awesome. So that was a good teaching story for me. My favorite one.
Have you taught him since that lesson again?
I don't think so. No, it's been about 2 weeks or
I
so.
bet he's the next lesson he's gonna come back with some new knowledge that he googled and just totally inspired.
Did you know that dinosaurs were actually put there by the government?
He's gonna find a new teacher.
Chemtrails are sprayed from the airplanes.
I don't really have many teaching stories, but I do have this weird thing that keeps happening at my school. I guess I have a couple things. One of them is I have 2 students that I teach now that they changed their name to Walker Jr.
That's so tight.
Yeah, so 2 little Vietnamese dudes named Walker Jr. running around. They both, like the real Walker Jr., have attitude problems, which is sick. They're little rats, but God bless them.
That reminds me of one of my old classes. I had a student, because I let them pick their English names, and he also wanted to be Jason, but I said no. And he said, can I be Jason? With an M on the end instead of an M. And I figured it would be rude if I said no. So I never let them have a Jason Jr., but we had a Jason.
Yeah. I said, if
Suck
you want
on
to change
that.
your name, you can go upstairs and talk to the staff. And the guy who works there changed his name to Walker Jr. And then I told another class that I have a Walker Jr. And one kid just immediately left the class and came back a Walker Jr.
And I hear there's an epidemic going through your school. There's some kids that are learning how to.
Oh yeah. So the head teacher at my school, I caught wind of a question he asked, which is, who the hell in this school is teaching all these kids to dab? Yeah, it's me. I've been teaching. We've been playing a game where you like throw a sticky ball at the board, and one of the things is do the best dab. And so, also sometimes I'll just be in class and I'm wearing socks on a hardwood floor, so I'll give a nice slide and dab.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Now I can see why kids are naming themselves Walker Jr.
Man, I just have a lot of fun. I also showed the kids. I've shown almost every class the Napoleon Dynamite dance scene where he dances at the talent show. Yeah, so spreading culture. It was a lesson about dancing.
This one?
Not that one. That's the sign language dance in the classroom. The one where he's wearing the Vote for Pedro and he goes out on the stage and he does the dance he learned from the aerobics video. And they'll go, teacher, he danced like a girl. And then I'm like, well, how does a girl dance? How does a guy dance? Like, I don't know. Seems pretty sick to me.
Andy, what about your month, Ben?
It was a good month.
We worked a lot.
Yeah. Yep. But we also, this month, I think, got more time where we weren't working and we were hanging out as friends. Like, we found that balance, I think.
We're getting there.
In a good way. We're getting there.
Normally we're just working and then we meet once a month for this trek-in.
Yeah.
I think we're also at the point where, like, the amount we're working is becoming, we were driving towards the high end of our motors. And we're at the point where we're able to pretty much hit that high end. At least me, like, I'm able to hit that high end with less strain, less effort, and able to work in more, like, naturally work in more time for me, more time for you guys, more time for other things.
Girlfriend. Walker got a girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend.
I know.
She's my wife.
I know that. I know that a part of that is probably because of like being able to be a bit more focused, and we're all a bit more conscious of distraction. And I know, like, for me, like, it's easier to get more hours in when you're not letting yourself like get distracted with social media, Facebook, like hopping over here doing that.
What's up?
You're warm, and I'm okay with it. I'm cold.
Talking about social media?
Yeah, talking about social media.
Listening.
It's over now.
I love technology.
Dude, of course, everybody nowadays is obsessed with computer generations.
A while ago, we were looking on Airbnb, and we saw this listing for. It said something about Cloud City. It was in the mountains.
Floating clouds.
Huge clouds.
We
love clouds.
Walker and I were on the computer, and we just thought the Airbnb looked cool. We didn't really know anything about the area. It looked like it was, in some hills or mountains, but we never heard of this city. And it was a decent price. We're like, let's just do a boys' weekend and just get away from work.
Finally get away from the chicks.
And our girlfriends. And our
girlfriends. God, don't even get me started on our wives. But actually turns out this is an entire mountain town, and it is super cool. And I will live here at some point in the next 6 to 7 months.
That's conviction right there, guys.
That's conviction.
I guess I'm living here too.
I guess we're all living here.
At least right now.
It'll be chill.
At least for the next couple hours.
Never again, though.
So we all went out and picked up these motorcycles, and we got 3 manual big Haas red. And Andy got an automatic.
I got an automatic.
Just in case,
Just in case.
Which, looking back, was the probably the right move to make, because I was like, I'm going to learn how to drive a manual today. And I risked my life and almost died, honestly. Like, not even, like, funny.
Yeah,
and
right away, too.
Right away. The lesson would be, like, if you're going to, like, go to Vietnam, or going to, like, try to hop on a bike just because, be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
I don't know. It was pretty scary, honestly.
Learn manual before you come.
Learn manual, yeah. Not
You don't need to do that. You just don't go on the hill.
Or
6
just like
minutes.
go in a circle for like a little bit.
Yeah, don't
like
for a
we just
while.
went straight. We
Which
went
we-
straight.
Don't
to
go
it.
up a very steep hill into a busy highway.
Yeah.
The
6
first-
minutes after you learn how to ride.
that was wild. It was a bad start.
But not a single scratch. So
Yep.
at the same time,
Not a single scratch.
There was a scratch at some point though.
on this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this-
That guy.
Oh, me,
guy,
I got a
man.
little scratch on my leg.
Right there, if you
I
can
don't know
see
if
it.
you can see it, but probably better that you can't. We were coming up the mountain and there's construction and some guy was just being crazy and I had to dodge him and I took a little dirt on the I just hit the guardrail really.
Luckily, he's okay.
He was looking back.
I was
for Evan.
looking back because we were all coming up the mountain together and then we have to keep stopping and then we keep stalling. Me and Evan just
First
keep,
time I've ever driven a manual, I'm driving into the mountains.
yeah,
you know?
they have construction, so at some points we just have to stop and let the other people go, and then we'll keep killing the engine.
Yeah.
And I was looking back, watching Evan, because I thought he was having trouble, and then I just crashed into a guardrail because I wanted more attention, I guess.
Yeah.
But to paint a picture, driving up this like little like trail up here with switchbacks everywhere, and like you're right next, like the guardrail's here, and then here is just the drop off of the mountain, and you're driving this way and that way. And they're doing construction to widen the roads, which right now is just making the roads even skinnier because there's excavators all over them and whatnot, and you're driving up and around, and it's just like beautiful mountain tops, and you're like looking down on the tops of mountains and going up and looking down on top of other mountains, driving up even further, and then like this beautiful church like in the clouds on the top. It's awesome views.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
We also saw a guy almost get taken off his bike by a snake. It was tight.
It was right out here in front
Yeah,
of
it
our
was.
house. Evan stopped because he was the leader at this
I
point,
was the leader at this point.
and he sees us. You saw the snake?
We
I
it
stopped because
was
I thought
that-
this was the place.
Oh,
Right? Rightfully so.
it was.
And,
yeah.
and before we can even really check the place out,
There's a snake about yay long, probably.
rears his ugly head,
Yeah.
And a mongoose.
and there was a mongoose right behind him.
Was it a mongoose
It
or a
was
little
that
mink?
type of
It was a
It
capybara.
was like a small honey badger is what he looks like.
Little
So
weaselly guy.
we think, and nature backs us on this, that they were probably in some sort of battle to the death that Evan
The
and
eternal
the rest of
judgment.
the company
Interrupted.
interrupted. And this was like probably 90 seconds after I hit the guardrail. So I'm like hurting, and I just totally forgot what happened to me because I saw, like a real life or death situation
Yeah, so true.
for both of these parties.
Yeah.
And then take it away.
I don't know, this snake could have been poisonous easily, and it's right in front of me, and now he's attacking me kind of, and I'm sketched out, and I'm like, we gotta go, because we decided that, even though this is the place, we decided that it isn't, and
It was right in front of Evan, so he couldn't really move.
And the snake is freaked out because he's facing battle on all fronts right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And I was also nervous because, knowing me, I'm gonna kill the bike. I'm gonna
we're
start
on
going,
the hill,
and the snake's gonna be right there, and I'm gonna move like 2 feet. It's gonna kill, and the snake's gonna be wrapped around my leg.
And so I took a.
choked to death.
I had
Steer
enough
your
space
bike.
to take a little zoop around, and I went up, and then I realized, oh, they're not moving yet, so I'm looking back there, and I can tell what's going through Evan's mind, because like the worst thing would be like to have that bike lurch and then just die, and it would be like right at your ankle.
Yeah.
And so he's waiting there, and then so the snake starts leaving, it starts slithering across the road. I was like, okay, all is well.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking back, and I'm seeing this guy come up the road, just oblivious. I'm like, oh my god, oh yes, it's gonna line
Yeah.
up so perfect. And then the snake takes a lunge at the guy's ankle and must have missed, but the
Yeah.
guy had just absolutely no idea what
It
he
looked
was.
like what I saw. I thought the timing of the two, I was behind the guys. I'm watching as the front. I'm like, he's going to absolutely, the snake is like getting away safely, like, woo, getting off to the other side of the road. And I thought he was just going to, and it hit the snake's head and just take him
But
off.
he had
And
some good reflexes.
he
that
came
snake.
so close to the snake rears up and like lashes out at his ankle. Missed it, but wait.
I know that snake blacked out for like 6 minutes. He was under
Yeah.
a lot of duress and getting attacked.
Cold-blooded
And then
too.
30 seconds later, we drove past the most beautiful cloud-covered church on a mountain. It was a bizarre minute and a half.
Yeah.
That was March.
That was March.
This is March. This is the March.
This is the show?
Trek-in,
You're watching it in February.
Third month.
yeah.
I mean, April. That's the month that comes out in March.
This will be Trek-in 30 something.
There's something.
Make sure you
March
don't miss
edition.
any.
Mike
Because that's a cool story about the
Klinkenborg.
snake. There could be a cool story every month. And if you miss
This is the March episode. Pat Angerer,
ASMR.
ASMR, March, Trek-in. Hillary Clinton is a lizard.
And also,
Brad Banks,
Welcome you to our first ASMR
Dallas Clark,
video.
Robert Gallery,
Just mouth noises, no talking.
Jonathan Babineau,
That's a good one.
And ASMR.
and Claymore,
ASMR.
Fred Russell.
It's just mouth noises mixed in with Lord of the Rings quotes.
My precious. Mark Wiseman. Meets back on the menu, boys.
Brennan Wagerbombs.
That's good. Adam Robinson, even.
See ya.
I'm about to drop some mad flash.